Hello everybody, Gibzomatic here, and today I want to be talking about Battlefield Hardline and what my thoughts are on the game. So if you don't know, Battlefield Hardline is a game being developed by Visceral Games and published by EA. And it's pretty much Battlefield, but in cops and robbers setting. It's supposed to come out on March 17th. It was announced earlier this year, and it was supposed to come out in October, I believe, but it was delayed. And some information has been coming out, and it's actually a pretty cool game, in my opinion. It's of course not really a Battlefield game, because it's not set in a Battlefield setting. It's not set in like a war setting. You know, if you look at pretty much every Battlefield game has been set in like a war setting, but this is gonna be cops and robbers and police versus criminals. And I think that's actually a pretty cool setting. You know, I guess some people don't like it because, of course, the weapons and the stuff is not gonna be war. It's not gonna be. You're not gonna have attack jets. And you're not gonna have airstrikes and tanks and stuff like that, although there are a few armored vehicles and a few transport choppers and stuff. But it's basically an infantry mostly game with a few transport vehicles and stuff. But it's mostly infantry. There's a few new modes. There's Hotwire, which is kind of like Conquest with cars. Like there's Heist, which actually seems kind of cool. I have not actually played the beta because whenever they did the beta, and they will hopefully do a beta soon. Maybe earlier next year, or hopefully early 2015 they'll do a beta. Last year for E3 they had beta codes. All you could do is it was on PC and PS4, I believe. I do think this game will be coming on last gen consoles like the 360 and like the PS3. Although I'm pretty sure it'd be a 24 player game, maybe even less. Just because of course a PS4 or an Xbox One would be more powerful than a 360 and PS3, and of course it'd be on PC on Origin, which is kind of like Steam, but it's for EA games. Now there are some things that I don't really like, and one is the attachments. A lot of the attachments are the same. From what we've seen in the alpha and the beta builds, it seems like a lot of the attachments are from Battlefield 4, which could be good or bad. I mean, there are a few new attachments, but for the most part, they are mostly the same. And another thing is that there seems to be less weapons. There are, some weapons from Battlefield 4, and there are some new weapons. I personally really like the weapon selection in Battlefield 4. I think, say you want to use a certain weapon, you can do that. If you want to have a certain playstyle, you can do that. But at the same time, a lot of the assault rifles act the same. I mean, if you think about it, I'm pretty sure like every assault rifle does 25 damage or 24 damage after the recent CTE patch. So it does 24 damage, and there's only a few weapons that do 32 damage, which would be the Scar and the Bulldog. And, there's a few other weapons here and there that, have some special quirks. Kind of like the FAMAS is like a very fast fire rate. But for the most part, a lot of the assault rifles are standard and act the same. We already know pretty much every gun that's going to be in the game. There are some cool gadgets. There's zip lines and there's grappling hooks, which actually is pretty cool. I don't know how those fit Battlefield, but I mean, I like grappling hooks. I like zip lines. There's also some new features and stuff. You can lean out of cars and shoot guns in cars. So let me know what your thoughts are. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on Battlefield Hardline, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think Battlefield Hardline is gonna be a good game? I mean, it does come out on March 17th. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. Now, could it just die off soon? I don't know. But it could be either the worst Battlefield game, or it could be the best Battlefield game. It depends on how Visceral does it. Now, I don't think DICE is working on this game, but I don't think DICE is doing much work on this game. So, hope you'll enjoy. Feedback is always appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next video.